little bit of housekeeping to start with then. Have you got any injury concerns ahead of Saturday?
No.
Good answer. Let's get to the man of the moment then, Mr. Joe Ledley. I mean, you've known him for a little while now, but what will he bring to Newport County?
You bring quality, obviously. He's played at the highest level. I think it's 77 caps for Wales, which is a fantastic achievement. He's played for some big clubs: Crystal Palace, Celtic, Cardiff. So he's got a wealth of experience on and off the pitch, and he'll be a big asset to the boys because he would have been there, seen it, and done it.
I mean, he's been training with you for a little while now, so it's been a bit of a long time in the making, this signing.
No, he was training before. He's been training with Bristol Rovers. So, he's played a couple of behind closed doors games. We know he's fit. It just all depends on international clearance, whether he's available for tomorrow or not.
Are you confident that international clearance will come through?
I'm going to say nothing.
Fair enough. Well, hopefully it does. You mentioned the word fit there. What is his fitness like? He hasn't played since last year.
Well, he's obviously, played a couple over in Australia. He's played a few behind closed doors games. Look, he's not going to be the spring chicken 21, 22-year-old that he once was. None of us are. But what he has got is bags and bags of experience. And sometimes the older you get, the more you read the game, puts you in a better position to start with. So, I'm not too concerned about that.
Do you think fans need to be a little bit patient then before seeing him at his best?
I hope they're not too patient. We've only got 11 games left. So, yeah, listen, he's going to have to hit the ground running. He's got to earn the right to be in the team. I'll never do it with anybody. They won't be guaranteed to play if they're not producing the goods. So it's down to Joe.
I mean, like you said, his experience is unquestionable. What sort of influence will he bring to the dressing room, especially for the likes of Josh Sheehan, for example?
Yeah, obviously he's trained with us before. He knows the majority of the lads. So, yeah, he's comfortable in the environment. We know that. He fitted in well last time. And now I think it'll be even better because he's here. And, he'll be trying all he can to help us be where we want to be.
So you've got Orient on Saturday then, Leyton Orient. It's always a special game, obviously, as we remember the late Justin Edinburgh. It seems you've played them so many times this season, whether that be in the league or the cup, as a side very, very well. Yeah,
listen, and, as any team in this league on their day, they can beat anybody. The game we lost, we should have been out of sight first half. We wasn't. They came out the second half and they were the better team. They scored the 2 goals. Yes, we have one disallowed, which we've had an apology from the MOAS since. So it's a little bit frustrating after the event, so to speak. But it's a game that we need to be at our best.
This is your last scheduled game at the Cardiff City Stadium. Are you hoping that Rodney Parade's pitch will be able to hold up when you return?
Well, I am, because we've got a busy schedule in April. And there's, we'll be having 6 games on there. So it needs to be, it needs to be right, because otherwise it's, we've seen how much this hampered us previously. And, I don't want that, getting in the way of what we want to do.
And is there no opportunity, do you think, to be able to extend that stay at Cardiff City Stadium after the international break?
That's out of my hands, Molly. I leave that to the board.
How welcome is this international break for you, Mike?
Well, listen, I said the other night, Tuesday night was, the last of a long 2 weeks on the road, 4 away games. The shortest journey was just under 3 hours. One of them took 5.5 to get to. So it's a long, 2 weeks on the players. It takes its toll. And I thought it showed that in our first half performance. I've got to be honest. We didn't get out of the traps quick enough. Looked a bit, second to most things for the first 30 minutes. And it's tough. So look, we want to get the win tomorrow, and then we can really regroup, and then we've got 6 weeks to win a certain amount of football games to try and get us in a position where we can try and get out of this league.
I mean, a few of your boys have had international call-ups to their relevant countries, Josh Sheehan being one for Wales. How much of a chance is this for him? I remember you last time you spoke, you said about the motivation he had to get to the Euros. Is he still relishing this opportunity as much as he was at this first call-up? If he's not, he's stupid. Because this time he's involved in qualifiers. Listen, it's the business end of the season for a lot of teams, whether you're at the top or the bottom, but also now international teams who want to get to a major tournament and be part of it. So for me, I'd be over the moon. I'd be doing cartwheels down to Cardiff City Stadium to meet up, to be honest. But I'm sure he will be. Fantastic. Well, good luck on the weekend, Mike. Thank you.
Hi, Mike. Was there anything to weigh up with Joe, or was it just a no-brainer when you knew it was possible?
Chris, I'll be honest with you. I didn't realise that he wasn't signing at Bristol. I thought it was near enough done. It's only a twist of fate that it didn't happen. Yes, as soon as I knew that he had offers from other League Two clubs, and he chose to come to us for a lot less than what he got offered.
And what sort? You've had that established midfield trio of late. What difference do you think he could add if he broke into that?
Chris, there's loads of different things we can do. It's not just, I haven't just signed him because of his name. We can maybe push Josh Sheehan higher up the pitch. If something happened to Matthew Dolan, he can play middle of the three at the back. There's loads of different things we can do. So look, we got to work out what's best and see where he benefits us the most.
I was going to say he's quite Dolan-like, isn't he, in his game, left foot and sort of that sort of comfort on the ball and see things, I guess.
Yeah, and look, you don't play in the Premier League if you're not a good player, and played for Wales that many times if you're not a good player. So, there's look, it's a great opportunity for us to work with a very, very experienced good player.
When did it start then for you? When did you first become aware that Rovers wasn't happening?
Monday.
Okay, so move pretty quick then, to say the least.
Move very quick.
Yeah. Are you looking? Obviously, you'd like him tomorrow to be an option. Is it more get 2 weeks in him, and then that is such an important block, and that's when you're really going to see the benefit?
I don't know. We'll make a decision as soon as I know about the international clearance, Chris. But yeah, that would probably be the logic thing. But as you know, we want to get as many points as we can, and if Joe can help us do that, then I'm going to involve him. As simple as that.
In terms of tomorrow, I suppose you've got to let it go. The annoyance of the Tristan. Well, he's now with them, of course. I presume ineligible, but that goal and it just sort of that started a bit of a bad run as well, didn't it? That
yeah,
goal for him. So
it did. But yeah, it's done. It's done and dusted. There's nothing we can change. There's loads of things. We've had an apology for the handball at Tranmere. We've had 5 or 6 apologies this season. It's one of those things. But on the flip side, look, I'm not 100% sure the red card for the Morecambe player was a red card. So look, you win some, you lose some. I'm not going on about referees and decisions. It's done. There's nothing we can do. If we would have taken our chances in the second game, first half, we wouldn't be having this conversation anyway.
Yeah. I guess you want the boys to hit the ground running like they did against Bradford. That was a good, as you said, that was good quality you had that game. So
yeah,
match those.
Bradford were obviously very good as well that evening. I was really impressed with Bradford. I've got to be honest, but that made the win even better. But look, it's a different game, different team. Nice 1 o'clock kickoff, and hopefully we come away with the 3 points, and then we can see the other results coming in.
All good. Nicky, so Nicky's next. He's good for tomorrow.
I've just seen him. He's just walked in. He's been in here. So, Nicky's fine.
And is Ryan still touch and go, or is he looking?
I haven't seen him yet.
Okay. Yeah. All good. All right. Cheers, mate. See you tomorrow.
Chris.
When did Boney sign then, Mike?
I know. Only need that one, Rob, don't we?
Huh? I mean, you'll be having Pele into training next and pushing him up.
No, I know. Look, Wilf's been brilliant with the boys. The advice, the conversation he has with them, and their small groups has been. Put it this way: if I was a young player, or a player in a League Two team, and you've got somebody of Wilf's experience giving you advice on how to make the most of your career, etc., I'd be listening, because he talks a lot of sense.
This is a good reflection on your sort of open managerial style, I guess, isn't it? You've got so many good loan players. You have good reputation for that. Players want to come and play for you, but you've become a sort of a resting home for people who are looking for a chance to step back in, and you reap this benefit.
Listen, football's a small community, family, whatever you want to say, and if people are respectful and have always done things or tried to do things the right way, then I'll help anybody. It doesn't matter who they are. It's only people who don't toe the line, so to speak, that you really don't reach out to them, because football, like I said, you want to look after people involved in the game, and with people who are such good gentlemen like Joe and like Wilfred, those types of people will always be welcome. And it doesn't matter whether they play in the Premier League or not. If you've got a lower level player who needs to come in and maybe have a look at him as well, then that's fine, as long as they do things the right way. If they don't, then they'll be out the door.
So, in some ways, could Joe be the missing link that you've been looking for since Scott Twine had to go back?
You never know, Rob. You never know. It could allow us, like I said, to move Josh Sheehan a little bit higher up and get a little bit of that quality in the final third. We'll have to see. We'll have to
see. You've invested in experience before, Kevin being the classic example, and Nicky as well. I mean, he's only 34, Joe, so there's still a lot of football left in him.
Oh yeah, and listen, there's no fat on him. He's in great shape. He's never been a big player, if you know what I mean. He's never been overweight, so he's looked after himself, and let's see how he does.
Well, I'd give him a run tomorrow. He knows every blade of that grass before he has to put his lead boots on to play at the other place.
Yeah, well, listen, hopefully Rodney might be all right.
Yeah. How you feeling after the midweek defeat?
Listen, you know me well enough now, Rob. I don't dwell on these things. I thought Port Vale started the better team. Both goals were avoidable from our point of view. To be honest, once we scored, from the second half, especially as soon as we scored, I only thought it was us going to go on and win it. Yeah. So it's frustrating, but sometimes you don't always get the rub of the green, and you see their winning goal. I think it was more of a deflection than meant. So dust ourselves down, draw a line under it, and hopefully get the 3 points on Saturday. And you look at it as it happens, most of the results went for us as well. Yeah,
it's interesting. Steve Cooper, with Swansea City, exactly the same position as you at the top of the table, and he was talking about you have to compartmentalise every game. You do everything to prepare to go in it, but you do have to pass it by and move it on once it's gone, and start all over again. Now we see that as sort of football speak mantra, but I guess mentally you have to do that, don't you?
Well, look, it's the same in anything in a lot of things in life, Rob. Once it's done, you can't You can't change it. Don't get me wrong. You can, depending on what it is, you can apologize for something that's gone wrong or you've done wrong or something you haven't done. You can be praised for something that you've done well and be tapped on the back, but it's done. That part's done. It's it's all about what's next. And there's an old saying Lenny used to say to me: if you stood still in football, you're going backwards. And I agree 100%. It's a great little easy phrase, but it's very very poignant with how I look at things. And he's right. You've got to keep looking forward, keep being on the front foot. I've been on my diploma this week, trying to improve. And try and pick up new bits of information of how to keep improving. And if you don't, then somebody else will overtake you. And I'm not in the mood to be allowing people to do that.
So did you turn up for training with a mortarboard on and one of those gowns?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
What diploma is it?
It's leadership and management with the LMA.
Right. We've
got some really good people on there. Like Nathan Jones, the Welsh lad is on there. Colin Calderwood, Billy Davis. Phil Brown, those kind of people. You got Victoria Jepson from Liverpool Lady, or used to be at Liverpool Ladies. There's a whole, different group of people on there, and it's been a really good course. So
yeah, great, good. Okay, well, look, I'm coming down for 1 o'clock before, so we get you winning. We see what happens in the other one, and then we get a grand slam, and we have a great day.
That's the plan.
Good. Thank you.
Cheers.